Well, hello. Welcome, cosmic friend, to your cosmic yoga practice. So, today we are going to practice how to embody your Libra energy. Um, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Marie, also known as Marie-Noelle Mien, therefore Coach MNM. Um, I have been teaching yoga for over 15 years. I'm also a life coach and an astrologer. So I've been marrying my passions together in order to offer you this cosmic yoga practice. Um, so Libra, the Libra energy. Don't we love those Libras? I sure do. I have many in my life, and they are surely showing me and teaching me how to balance. The Libra energy is AIR, so air sign. So very in the mind, very um how can I describe it? The air energy. It's out there. There's lots of ideas, and it's also a cardinal sign. So what does that mean? There's Aries, Cancer, and Capricorn that are cardinal sign, and of course Libra. And what they do is they're always at the beginning of the new season, and the Libra season actually brings us the fall, autumn. So the Libra energy is an initiator, initiation. There's leadership because it brings us into this new chapter, this new energy. And it's all about new beginnings, really. For us here, we know we were leaving the Virgo season, which was very organized and back to school kind of energy, where the Libra is okay. Now that we settled in this new routine, how can we make the best out of it? And I always think of Libra equals FOMO, so fear of missing out, because we want to do it all. There's all these new activities, there's new energy, and we also want to embrace all the sunlight that's um, with us until the winter solstice. So we're heading towards less light in the day, so we want to make the most out of it, if that makes sense. So it's very common for the Libra energy to want to create harmony, to feel social, to nourish relationships or not nourish relationship, and it's always a balance, right? One side or the other. So it also loves beauty. So diplomacy, justice, right? The sign of Libra, there's the scale there. So the justice, what is fair and not fair. There's cooperation too, helping out each other. And the Libra is also very charming. So there's something to this. And it could also be very social. But then in all of this, with the FOMO, there could be indecision. So the fear of missing out, wanting to do it all. So it's very important to create an harmony, to come to center. And I often say to my Libra friends, pick two outfits. So then on the morning, two outfits the night before. So then on the morning, you don't have so many choices. Then you can only pick between the two, if that makes sense. Um, and then as a mantra for the Libra season, it could be I balance. So how do you balance the energy in your life? Do you have the tendency to be into one extreme or the other extreme? Um, so it could be interesting to to see how the Libra energy impacts you in your own life. Are you a Libra, or do you know Libra? So, and perhaps you have, of course, you have Libra energy in your chart, but how does that apply to you directly, personally? That's something we can check out in your birth chart if you're curious. So, that being said, let's go on and move on with the practice. So, I invite you to find your comfortable seat. Cross-legged. If your knees are higher than your hips, you may want to elevate the hips. And then just take a moment here to come to your breath. You may close your eyes. Inhale fully into the belly and the lungs, and then exhale fully from emptying the lungs, emptying the belly. So right here, let's find harmony and an equal breath. And then, just because we're on the Libra theme, I want to invite you to consciously breathe. So I want to invite you to find that magic number. So it could be 1 to 2, 1 to 3, 1 to 4, so that you want to inhale for your magic number. I'm going to go for 3, and then exhale for the same magic number, 1, 2, and 3, just to create balance in the breath right from the start. 1, 2, 3, and exhale, 1, 2, 3. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. And exhale, 1, 2, 3. Right, one more time. Perfect. So I'd like to think that the balance, the Libra energy, is about creating that evenness, coming back to center, to the 0 point. So right there with the breath is a great way to start. I also want to invite you to create an intention for your practice for the Libra season. The first thing that comes into mind. There's no right or wrong. And then from here, let's come back to center. And then let's move on to our 4. So we're going to align the shoulders above the wrist and the hips above the knees. And then from here, I want to create a nice long line from my crown to the base of my spine. And then here we're going to warm up the spine. So I'm pushing the tailbone up, gazing up between my brows, and exhale round from the tailbone. And then your crown is the last one to complete the movement. So here we're creating a balance between the front and the back body. Warming up your spine, creating space between your vertebrae. So it's one of my favorite, in case you haven't noticed. It's a great way to warm up. And then from here, we're going to come back to center, finding our neutral spine again. Some of you might want to be on the top of the feet or tucking the toes under. And then from here, I want to glide my right leg out. So I'm onto the top of my foot. And then I slowly want to lift my leg. Trying to create an evenness here, as if I have a glass of water on the back of my back, on my tailbone here. So the goal is to keep the water in the glass of water. Okay, so this will be your level 1 to create balance. And then if you want a little more, we're going to lift the opposite arm out. So my left arm gazing down, neutral spine. So here we are creating harmony. The core is engaged. So lifting the belly button towards the spine, and then slowly release. Come back to center, neutrality. Take a deep breath. And then switch side. So gliding the left leg out, lifting the leg, creating the evenness in the hip, and then right arm out. Perfect. So now let's release. Now that we know what we're doing, let's do it a couple more times on each side. So lifting the left leg, the right leg, I'm sorry, left arm out. So I'm squeezing everything, creating a beautiful long line. I'm pushing my heel as if there's a wall behind me, and then release. Take your time to come back to center, neutrality, and then left leg out, right arm out. Here I want my fingertips to be nice and engaged. So as if you're plugging your hand into a plug into the wall. Feel the energy coming out, and then slowly release. Back to center for neutrality, one breath. And then same, right leg out, left arm out. And then here, let's hold it for 3 breaths. And remember your magic number. Last time. And then release. And let's do it one more time on the other side. Left leg out, right arm out. 3 breaths, even breath, magic number. Last one. Everything's squeezing. Everything's engaged. And then release them. And then from here, let's step your hands forward. Let's root through the mounts of your fingers, tucking the toes under, lifting up into downward dog. So creating here some balance, not some balance, but some grounding for the balancing. So here, if the back of your legs are quite tight, don't worry about it. Let's take your dog out for a walk. You could adjust your stand by lifting the heels up. The goal is always to have the tailbone pointing up towards the sky, creating a nice V shape. So find what works best for you. And then from here, let's gaze forward, walk or jump to the front of your mat. Then from here, let's bring your fingertips in front of you or onto your shins. Inhale into a nice flat back. Exhale, release. Inhale and rise up gently. So gather all the energy right above your head and down to your heart. Perfect. So from here, I'm going to keep this practice short and sweet, but it's all going to be about balance. So I'm rooting into my feet into mountain pose. So I want to soften my knees, rolling the shoulders back. Pelvis is neutral. My chin is right above the earth. And then take a deep breath. Then from here, we're going to go for tree pose. So let's play with nature here. Nature is a great reminder of the balance, right? The seasons. So I thought tree pose was quite appropriate. So I'm going to open up. I've got my right leg out here. Level 1, you might want to just keep your toes on the ground and having your heel resting onto your ankle. Okay. The goal is to open up and have the hips even. Then if you want it a little more, you're going to glide your foot above the ankle, but below the knee. And then if you want it even more, you're going to bring your foot above your knee. But please be super mindful about your knee joint. So above or below the knee, okay? Find your focal point right in front of you, engaging the core, bringing the palms together and rising up your branches. And breathe. And then I want to keep on going with the even breath. If you're moving, it's fine. And we're going for 3 breaths. So full inhale, full exhale. And if you're like, no way, Marie, well, come back and meet me back into mountain pose. Slowly release. Woo. And here we are, Tadasana, mountain pose. Take a deep breath. So super simple today, but very mindful. So trying to bring that balance into your life of the consciousness of being mindful. So let's go on with the other side. So left knee out. And then again, you decide your level 1, you're right here. Level 2, you're gliding up. And then level 3 above the knee joint, right? I don't need to repeat myself here, I hope. So safety first always. So here we are. So finding that focal point and then whoop, bringing your branches up. 3 breaths. And if you need the wall or a chair, anything to help you, do it. And last breath. And then slowly release. Whew. Perfect. Now, back into mountain. Tadasana. Every time you want to see your feet rooting underneath. So actually seeing your roots rooting underneath the earth. So going deeper every time. And then from here, we're going to go into dancer pose. We're going to dance with nature today. So we're going to explore how to dance, how to be a dancer. So from the mountain, I just turned sideways so you can see, but find your roots and then putting all your weight onto the left leg and then gently lifting the left the right foot into your right hand. And then my goal here is to try to keep my hips even and then keeping my knee aligned with my hip. Okay, and then from here, you could just stay here for level 1, holding onto the wall if you need it, and then, or the chair in front of you. And then slowly lift forward. And then the goal is to push your hand into your ankle into your hand. Remember to keep the hips even like we started earlier. And then you can lift the opposite arm out and lifting the chest and then smiling. Yeah, because you're dancing with life. Perfect. So that was our first try. Yeah, how about that? Now let's go on with the other side. So rooting into mountain. Take a deep breath. And then let's grab your left ankle this time. So take your time to readjust. So hip aligned with the knee. Pushing your hand into your ankle into your hand. Finding that focal point, engaging the core. And then gently moving the body forward. And then trying to bring your thigh above the earth. Perfect. And then you'll notice there's one side that's easier than the other. And then come on back to center. So that was dancer pose. And then now let's put them both together. Okay. So for the simplicity, so I can do both together, I'm going to move sideways. So anchor into mountain pose. Perfect. Let's do it right. So 2 more breaths. And the goal is 3 breaths per asana, per poses. Perfect. Ready? Tree pose. So right leg out. And then bring your branches up. So 3 pose. Last breath. And then slowly here, gracefully grab onto your ankle and then transition into your dancer right away for 3 breaths if you can. Beautiful. Slowly release. Finding your mountain. I'm switching side just for you. And then you don't have to switch side. Let's anchor into your mountain. Perfect. So left knee out, tree pose. Find your focal point. Find your level. Bring your branches up. 3 breaths into tree pose. And how appropriate. The leaves are about to fall. Changing colors first, right? So let's enjoy the beauty of nature. And then last breath. And then slowly grab your left leg, your left ankle, gracefully transition into dancer pose. Whew. And then slowly release back into your mountain. Perfect. And then slowly inhale your arms up, gather all the energy that you need to go through the Libra season, and then gently lower down, all the way down. And then from here, let's create a nice look halfway up. And then slowly release, rooting the hands down, and then stepping back into your downward dog. So grounding into the energies, finding your 0 point. So nice and simple today, bringing the knees down on the ground, stepping back into child's pose. If you have more time, please enjoy your time, your precious time. And then you can stay here into child's pose. And otherwise, let's savor this here, little relaxation. Releasing the tension into your lower back. And this asana is also known as releasing stress. And then slowly come on back to your senses. Bring your hands by your side, lifting your torso up. And then we're going to complete how we started, sitting. So find your comfortable seat. Close your eyes, drop your shoulders. Come back to your regular breath. Bring your hands to your heart. Take a moment to reflect back onto your intention that you created at the beginning of the practice. Perhaps you want to write it down. And then from here, I'm going to say namaste. Also, infinite peace and freedom for the world. And if you're curious to know more about my work, go check out my website below at coachmnm.com. And I want to wish you a lovely Libra season and find your balance. And good luck with the FOMO. Namaste, everyone. Thank you. And if you have any comment, question, suggestions, and then also please like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. And if you know anyone that could benefit from short and sweet cosmic yoga practice, please. Let's share the good vibes. So for real, okay, this is it. Namaste. Hmm.